Before I start this video, I want to mention that this is not a solution for the issue where your tablet goes into sleep and refuses to come back out of sleep. Now that you can tell if your computer has went into coma mode, as I call it, not sleep mode. You just hold the power button and then see what happens. If your screen turns on, then that's just a solution for it. It's a pretty simple fix. It's a problem with Android where it goes into sleep and refuses to come out of sleep, so hence coma mode. Just hold the power button for 10 seconds. If it doesn't work, then release and then hold again for 10 seconds, see what happens. Keep trying with the power button. Now to make sure that this you're facing the issue where the internal cable plugs out and hence only the backlight works for the screen and not the display itself on the screen, you just turn on the tablet, plug in the device through the mini USB or micro HDMI to HDMI to your TV, and make sure, or monitor, to make sure that the device works, make sure the touch works, and then proceed with this. Note, this will void your warranty, so I do not recommend doing this if you don't know what you're doing or if you want to keep your warranty. Once you've made doubly sure that your transformer is not just in a coma of some sort, by checking all the methods I've just discussed, just go ahead and look to the bottom of the transformer where you would place the charge, and you will see two small, let me just put the light on, two small screws. Now you might not be familiar with this. Let me just zoom in so you can see. Hopefully it turns up clear. Okay, these are star-shaped screws. Now you might not find these in your basement or in your tool set, but what you need is a T5 screw head. It's called a T05. T is the shape, so star shaped. 05 is the size. Then just go ahead and open these two screws. So now after you've removed the two star shaped screws, just go ahead and place your finger, let's see where we can start. Place your fingers somewhere around here, and then fingernails, and then just put them under, let me show you from unzoomed position, put them under the frame and pull. Okay, keep doing this on each side and you'll see it coming off the frame, kind of, see. You have to hit the right spots for it to unclick, see. Be careful because the transformer has a very frigid frame, and look what I just did to it. If you're not careful, you just bend it in a nasty way, which you have to kind of fix later on, so you have to be careful. I'm not too gentle with my equipment, so to speak. So you have to be careful not to bend anything. After removing the front facing plate, you have to remove 4 screws in front, one placed here, one placed here, one placed here, one placed here. The size of the screw you need to use is a Phillips type screw. It's called PH0 if you have a tool set, PH0. Just use the PH0 screwdriver to remove 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. Careful with the screw heads over here, the screws. They break off and chip easily, making it very difficult to remove or place back the screws in the future. Once you've removed the 4 front-facing screws, there are 6 more screws on the top and on the bottom. So just to show you the bottom screws, that's 1, 2, and 3, and the top screws, that's 1, 2, and 3. So that's 6 more screws of the Phillips 0 PH0. That's from your tool set you're supposed to have, and just go ahead and unscrew them. You will need a small, head and lots of clearance in order to easily maneuver. I've seen those big screwdrivers and you might have a bit of a problem, so something like this would be more suitable for such a job. Just go ahead and unscrew all 6, 3 on the top, 3 on the bottom. Once you've unscrewed all 6 screws, 3 in the bottom, 3 on the top, just go ahead and pull off the back cover like that. Keep it aside, and then look to this part of the transformer. It's right under the battery. Here's the battery. It's right there in the bottom right corner, if I can zoom into that. Okay, I think that's enough zoom. If you can see this part over here under the battery, it's a golden connector. I'll shine some light on it over here. Okay, just look at it, and it should be a bit unplugged. That's what most users have faced noticed when getting a no display issue with the Asus Transformer after dropping it or violently shaking it or whatever you were doing with it. In my case, I was playing frisbee with it and I threw it across the room and it kind of unplugged the connector. So you just go ahead and push it inside. You push it towards yourself, not downwards, so you don't break the connector. Very gently, but keep applying pressure until it goes in. Don't try to force it or anything. And you should see it plugging right back in there. Of course, this was already plugged in, but I'm just demonstrating to you that you just push it this way. Okay, and it should plug right in. Now, to confirm this has worked, before closing anything, just give your tab a flip again. And let me just zoom out a bit. Okay, whoops, zoom out a bit. Okay, so what you do is just hold the power button on the side. You see a small button here, and then yep, there we go, it boots. Display works. So again, this voids your warranty, so before you go ahead with this, make sure that yes, the backlight works, and yes, you're 100% sure that this is the issue. From what you've noticed, that if you plug it in the HDMI out, you can still see the graphics, and the touch screen still responds, and of course then there's still a disclaimer that your warranty goes, so I'm not responsible if you also damage your device in any way. But if you follow the instructions, should work very easily, as I've just shown you. Boots. Here's the screen, as always, the slow boot for some reason, but yeah, it works. Display works and everything. If you have any questions, anything you wanna comment about, just go ahead and let me know.